I'm Ann Barlieb, and this is my story about the post-9/11 GI Bill. In mid-May, I received an invitation by email to share a personal story at this 80th anniversary celebration event of the Servicemen's Readjustment Act of 1944. However, having not yet used the GI Bill, VA home loan, or VRNE, I regrettably had to admit that I don't have a personal experience with these resources to share and would be unable to participate as expected. A follow-up email encourages me. This is a very special occasion and an important opportunity. Would you please give it some additional consideration? So on a perfect, almost summer afternoon, I take the storyteller in me out for a walk, as I often do when trying to discover where and how I belong or what is mine to contribute. I'm fortunate to live in a safe, sidewalked neighborhood with beautiful houses on amazingly landscaped lots where I can literally stop and smell different roses on every street corner. And as I do, it occurs to me that my not using the GI Bill, VA home loan, or VRNE yet is my personal experience with these resources. And while perhaps not as impressive as one that ends with a degree, it is nonetheless an important story and one well worth sharing for at least two reasons I think of. First, because the less obvious and essential significance it holds. And second, because it's not uncommon. In fact, according to the Brookings Institute, only 41% of service members use the post-9/11 GI Bill. To date, less than half of service members who have access to this incredible benefit actually use it. Or in other words, by the numbers, my experience is more common. On the surface, this might seem discouraging, and that's why personal storytelling like this, beyond the statistics, is so important. A service member has four options when it comes to the GI Bill. Presumably, in order from the most ideal scenario to least, service members can 1, use it, 2, transfer it to a dependent, 3, not use it yet, or 4, not use it at all. Maybe because they don't know or they forget they know about it, don't want to, or for whatever unfortunate and false reasons, they don't believe going to school is possible for them. Thanks to the 2017 Forever legislation, which eliminated the 15-year use it or lose it stipulation, for those of us who served on this side of 2013, our GI Bill never expires, so we have a whole lifetime to consider what, if anything, we may want to study. Before I commissioned into the Army nearly 20 years ago now, I completed a 5-year program earning a bachelor's degree in criminal justice and a master's degree in public administration. In 2018, after 2 combat tours and 14 years of honorable service as a helicopter pilot, psychological operations officer, and strategist, I medically retired with a 100% permanent and total rating from the Departments of Defense and Veterans Affairs. Next month, I will have been retired for 6 years. I just turned 43 years old. As a result of my service-connected conditions, I'm unable to maintain full-time employment. Thankfully, for the time being at least, I can live comfortably enough through my combat-related medical retirement. Knowing I have the GI Bill available helps me continue to dream of better days ahead and consider what's possible beyond my current circumstances, especially on days when I find myself bedbound with debilitating pain and my world seems so impossibly limited and hopeless. It sounds silly to say it out loud here, but the truth is, in those moments, I so often think to myself, well, at least I have the GI Bill and could go back to school. And I start to wonder, if I were to go back to school, what would I actually want to study? Sometimes I even call the VA or some other VSO just to talk about the resources available. By sometimes, I mean a couple times a year. These conversations leave me feeling abundant, hopeful, and inspired. It reminds me that even though I may not be able to get out of bed today, and tomorrow might be scheduled with back-to-back doctor's appointments and blood work, the future is full of potential, opportunities, and resources to help me architect a whole new reality. A reality I can't even begin to imagine because it's so different from life as I know it now. I love to look at the classes and programs available at different schools. I love imagining myself on the campuses and in classrooms. I love doing the math and calculating how much I will not have to pay in order to go back to school and study something I actually enjoy, something fun and impractical, something reckless that my parents wouldn't approve of or ever pay for, something that's a complete waste of money but makes life feel like it's worth living at least some of the time. Something like creative writing, sociology, or philosophy. It's most unfortunate that accredited institutions don't offer degrees or certificates in things like ghost hunting, astrology, numerology, human design, or feng shui. Maybe someday in the not too distant future they will, and hopefully my body allows me to meet that opportunity with great enthusiasm. If so, I'll be thankful that I didn't blow it on something completely useless like political science or theology. That said, in the meantime, I also love talking with fellow veterans about their experiences using the GI Bill or VRNE and knowing it's just as possible for me too. In the last 2 years, I've been invited to and or attended 5 GI Bill funded graduations at 5 different universities in 4 states along the East Coast, 2 bachelor's degrees and 3 masters, social work, architecture, accounting, fine arts, and journalism. Several more veteran friends are currently in MBA programs or working towards certifications in technology, health services, and fundraising industries. One of my friends is too disabled to work or go to school. So she gave her GI Bill to her daughter, who will finish nursing school next year, in part, she says, so she can ensure her mother receives the quality care she needs for her complex conditions. This is a blessing and a dream come true for the both of them as they anticipate the first member of their family to graduate higher education, probably at the top of her class. All this is reassurance enough for me to believe that my own dreams and blessings await discovery. And on that note, I'm happy to say that this is a to be continued kind of story and so appreciate the opportunity to share it on this special day with people I know who know the GI Bill is about more, so much more than paying tuition and earning degrees. Thank you.